All right, day 2, replacing RV floors. We're gonna tackle this larger slide out. Again, I'm a little worried about the size of it, as it's going to take a lot to support it. And I'm also gonna be working underneath of it a good bit. It's got a bunch of different attachment points here, and then it literally just slides across this plastic piece here. So I have some plans. I'm gonna rig up a stand, but I'm gonna use some old wood I have here. I'm gonna actually make some feet for it this way, so if I have to use 2 jacks to change around the angle of it, I can. I do have the RV leaning more towards me, so I'm hoping that'll help. All right, let's get at it. All right, I have the legs installed. These should give this thing good support so it doesn't fall on my head or anywhere else. I'm hoping they're strong enough. So I'm not sure what this weighs, but I'm sure it's a lot. So after 2 hours of wrestling with balancing this thing out, I was able to get it, I think, balanced out. It actually took 2 jacks at each corner inside, trying to do it without ripping the molding off. 2 supports built like a cantilever, multiple blocks of wood to try to balance it. And the crazy thing is you have to sit underneath this whole contraption while you're trying to fix it. So that didn't feel too good. I was a little worried about it, but I think I got it. All right, I got all the screws out. Let's see if I can get the rest of the floor down without falling through it. All right, there it goes. And there it is. Whew. And it's hot in here. Kind of stinks is had I thought about it. All this wood here is good except for at the very ends where it rotted. I could have just marked it and cut it out and used the good part of this floor to repair the bedroom floor and saved maybe $200-300. But I didn't think about it, so I'll cut the bad parts off of this and put it away. Maybe I'll use it for something else later. All right, so we got the floors in. I have all the electric wired up. Everything's bolted up, and it looks like it's gonna be good. So I'm gonna pull my supports off, get the screws back in here for the trim, and the slide out. We'll be done. All right, we got the main floor in the other day. Today, we're gonna get the rest of this vinyl floor installed. And then the other areas we have to get done is the kick out on the other side of the living room. We gotta figure out a way to cover this and also make sure that it can still slide when it has to come in. That's the issue that we have here as well, because of the overlap in this lip. You know, we want to cover this up and make it look good, but it also has to be safe and durable to step on. We have to do the same thing over here with the kitchen slide out. All right, let's get at it. One of the issues that you run into when doing these slide outs is you have this transition plate. It has a piece of plastic here that the floor lifts up and glides over. And when you pull the carpet off of it, there's still this lip sticking out. So I was working on this the other day, and I got to a point where I was trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Unfortunately, the plan I have means undoing most of the work that I already put in. But I'm going to use some vinyl PVC board. This stuff's slippery. It's much like the PVC here, and it's softer than what the vinyl floor is. So I'm pretty confident that it won't scratch the floor. There'll be a small gap in here that won't get anything. I was going to put an aluminum sheet metal cap on this and then put the vinyl on top of it, and then put the the edge molding on, but I'm actually going to do it this way, and I'll screw that fast, and then there'll be a piece of molding that'll come over here and drop down. So it will have a harder edge, but it'll be rounded. It'll look nice. It'll be durable. It's good to step on. I don't see it, breaking. There's about a 2-inch gap that it covers. So excited to see how well it's going to work. I think it'll look really good. I'll just have to adjust some of the work that I've already done. Alright, I got this all screwed down and glued down. I know with a floating floor you're not supposed to screw it or glue it down, but I did it anyway. Now I just gotta go and attach the rest of the floor and make some new pieces. Put it back. kidding me?
I can't do this anymore, man. My head's about to explode. My whole life sucks.
To get these floors finished, I have to get this little kick out down here for the fireplace. It used to be wrapped in carpet like the rest of it, so I have to figure out a way to get it wrapped with the vinyl floor, but make sure it's not going to mess up this floor as it slides in and out. So the plan at this point is to fit some flooring here, and because it's vinyl type of plastic, I think I can take a heat gun and I can put this little bend in it, and then I'll put a small piece of like a bullnose trim right here. So I'll do it to this part of the living room slide out and do it to the kitchen slide out. And as far as floors go, I have to finish the steps and then the floors are done, which I'm really looking forward to. Got the living room slide out floor finished. Well, finished except for the cap. It'll cover up these screws that I had to put on. So we'll cap that off and that'll give it a good finish. We're also going to use that same cap for this transition. But it looks really good. Actually, I keep tripping over this area here because I missed the transition. So when the molding's on there, it's gonna blend in even more. So it does look really good. Here's the floor, the kitchen slide out. Again, I gotta put there's a piece of nose trim that'll come over top of this, and up in here, a piece of quarter round will go up in there. It'll finish this off nicely. And I get quarter round to go along this area as well, and all around the edges of the RV. And here's the steps, which came out really nice, and I did get some of the quarter round put in here. This is a good product. I'm going to put quarter round up here and pretty much all the corners of the flooring. That's probably going to have to wait until after the first camping trip. So I think I'm going to have to stop in the middle of this, and not in the middle, it'll be 80% done. So we'll take it up and camp with it for a bit, and then I think I'm gonna, do some of the cabinets and stuff like that. I left these alone for now, but I don't know if I like them, so I think I'm gonna have to dig in and work on those. But I'm exhausted, so glad I'm caught up and only have a little bit of work to do yet before heading out for our first camping trip. Have you ever gotten to that part of a project where it feels like you've been doing it forever, you're not excited about doing it anymore, and you're asking yourself, why did I do this? Also knowing at the same time that there'll be another project in the future where you'll forget how much of a pain it was to get the last one done, and you'll jump in and do another one. Put a comment down below. What project was it for you that you got into and you were just over? You know, you were ready to be finished with it halfway through. How did the project end up when you were finished with it?